Great to see everybody, and certainly congratulations to all those of you that are here as we honor some of the students in our school district. We are, in addition to honoring several of our academic and artistic high flyers tonight, we're pleased to recognize our school board members because it is School Board Recognition Month, School Board Appreciation Month. So board members, you guys have some notes, you have some other things. I'll be reading a proclamation here, and I'd also like to congratulate and thank John Blaney, who has served the last 2 years as a chair, and we'll have an election here in a moment, but he has done a terrific job and has been great to work with, so I really do. If you guys could just please thank John Blaney. A couple of other things I just want to announce. First of all, we always have unexpected winter breaks. We have on our calendar a winter break over the days in February. I think February the, what is it? You're going to need some help. 12th and 15th, is that right? Those are the official days that for a little break in the winter, but snow always comes and gives us an unexpected break. So unless the board directs us otherwise, those are the first makeup days in our calendar. So that means we will be in school on February 12th and on February the 15th. So note your calendars that we'll be pushing this out on Facebook and on all of our social media and making sure that everybody knows at the school level that we'll be in school that day. And I want to also mention that this week, a very kind of unexpected thing, but our school district was, to the board members, was one of the top trending news items on Facebook yesterday. The pedal desk and the standing desk at Estes and Sutton trended as one of the top stories yesterday, so that's kind of a neat distinction. And then also wanted to announce is the city next week is going to be doing a proclamation honoring this year as Year of the Child, and we're going to be participating in several different activities through the year in advocating for causes that support the children in this community. So in February we'll likely ask you all to do a similar proclamation that would support that endeavor, and there's I know going to be a big summit on April the 30th at the Convention Center where we will be participating along with several other entities around focusing on issues and needs that focus on families and children. So we're honored and very happy to be a part of that. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, of course, this week some of the big news around the state is the governor released his proposed budget. We are very fortunate to and very thankful that the governor chose not to cut the base funding for education, K-12 education anyway. We will have to deal with some cutbacks. Our preschool program, our Family Resource Center potential is there, and of course this is just the first draft. It goes through the legislature, but anytime you get the opportunity during the legislative session to talk to our legislators if they're in town, I think it's worth it to say, hey, I have a student in school and we appreciate the support for education funding. So I know that's what this board does. We'll be in Frankfort next week talking to members of the legislature and advocating again for support for funding for the future of the students in this district and all the districts around the state. So that's all I have. We'll get on with the reading of the proclamation.
Our first group today, the Kentucky Colonels 6th grade Showcase Champions, OMS South. Mr. Sullivan, I believe is going to make the presentation. Here it comes. Oh, here it comes.
All right. These are just a few of our academic team members at Owensboro Middle School, our 6th grade academic team. Back in December, the very first weekend of December, we competed in the Kentucky Colonels 6th grade Showcase, which is a competition just for 6th graders all over the state. It's held on the same weekend, and we compete against kids from 6th graders from all the schools in Davis County, Ohio County, Henderson County, and I think even Hancock County comes. And we compete against them, and the students do a couple of different events, including a written assessment where they take some tests and their scores get ranked against the other schools. And then, of course, quick recall. They get to play a game show with buzzers. And they were pretty dominant. It was a lot of fun. Everybody else was very unhappy that we kept steamrolling everybody. Kind of become a reputation. But these are some of our testers. I'll start on the end. Jay Crabtree is part of our quick recall team. JoJo Gesser, John Brown, and Dominic Perez. We have several other members they're so involved. These kids, they're smart kids and they're involved in a lot of stuff, and some of them couldn't be here. But as far as our results, we had several students place in their written assessment categories. We won first place overall by 11 points, which is a lot of points in Governor's Cup. They won by 11 points. On quick recall, they were undefeated. In fact, this group has been undefeated for 2 straight years. And their average margin of victory was like 27 points. That was their margin of victory, so they won by 27 points every time we played, which just blows my mind. And they're an incredibly bright group, and we're looking forward to the future. In fact, many of them have joined our middle school team and just competed this weekend and are looking forward to maybe making a run at state. So, great group, hard workers, very smart, and we're proud of you guys for your hard work.
Excellent. Miss Alicia Meyer is supposed to be here tonight, but she has a sick child, and so she is home taking care of him, and we're glad. I think it'll be just fine. Terrence will be just fine. We have an outstanding group of vocalists here in front of you. This represents students from 2 of our schools, OMS with Miss Meyer, as well as Miss Wiggins. So we have grades 7, 8, and 9 represented here tonight. These students have been selected through they recorded here in Owensboro and sent it in, and they were chosen to be part of the All-State Junior High Chorus, which will be meeting next week on Wednesday and Thursday in Louisville, Kentucky. And they'll be performing in front of all the people up there. We hope many of the parents will be able to come and enjoy Louisville and get a chance to see them and then bring them home afterwards. That's No Child Left Behind at a very high level. So we're glad to see that. So these students have they achieve every day, but we're so happy that they've achieved a very large number of our students as members of the All-State Junior High Chorus. So we'll start with the members from the Owensboro Middle School. Who's presenting here? Okay, who's like that? We have a board member who'd like to help us? Yes. Be great. Okay, Ms. Wiggins will help us, will assist. All right. Thank you, Dr. Wade. Okay, so middle school, we have Dylan Green.
Well, no. Just a second.
Yeah,
I have to do the ABCs sometimes.
we're working on this. It's fine. Okay. Next, Jesse Hibbs. Great.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Adrian Vickers.
Congratulations.
3 of our students could not make it this afternoon. This is Olivia Swenson, Nolia Williams, and Emma North. And then from the high school, we have Katie Kellums. Savannah Gatton. Mitchell Douglas.
Thank you, sir.
And Lance Board.
So as a continuation of the All-State Chorus members, this is the sophomore through senior category. They go through a little bit different of an audition. They perform an a cappella piece without any accompaniment by themselves, 1 per part, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, in front of 4 judges. And then they do a room of sight reading where they're given a piece of music they've never seen before and have to sing. So they've worked very hard to get here. We have 4 students this year who were selected. Julian Vickers, who's a senior, and this is your 2nd year? Is that right, Julian?
Yes.
Yes, so. And then Chance Horn, a junior. This is his 1st year.
Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We have Austin Adams, a sophomore. He was in the junior high All-State last year, and then here, this year. And then Aaron Ross, a senior, his 1st year here at All-State.
In the fall, he prepared a professional level audition with excerpts from symphonic works that professional orchestras play, and was selected from a group of hundreds of violinists, and he's one of 48 violinists. So he'll be participating in All-State Orchestra. Braden will be playing in the All-State Commonwealth Strings. So they rehearse Wednesday through Saturday morning and perform Saturday afternoon at the Kentucky Center for the Arts. So we're very proud of Braden.